Right, hello YouTube. So patch 16 has dropped and it brings about some changes. I'm gonna go through very quickly as what has changed very briefly on a few things. So first of all, Korean language has been added in the game. And we have also a new map, that's Abandoned Hospital Building B, and a couple of new perks added. Honestly, the perks are nothing to really sing about, they're actually terrible. So I'm not really gonna go through that in details right now. I will just go through other important bits of patch. So first of all, as I said, it's Korean localization. That just means Korean language is added. It's fourth major language to be added into the game. So I guess it's quite popular in Korea. There you go. And moving on, we have a new UI. So this is Observer UI on custom games. This was designed so that game would be more esports friendly. Yeah, it is actually quite nice. You can see spectre location, you can see survival location, you can have a third person view, you can have a free roaming view, you can change between the spectre and survival very quickly using a numbers on the keyboard, and you can see the perks, items, and whatever the cooldown they have on each of the skills as well. So this actually makes everything good, and because it's the third nature of the free roaming view, you can actually see a lot of things going on. If it was open map such as swamp, it is a very nice feature altogether, and it's good improvement. Next thing they did was interaction with E key. So they used to be able to spam E key to pick up multiple items at the same time. If you can do it well, you could pick up 3 items and juggle them around. Now you can see on the, as you can see on the screen clearly, that there is a cooldown, and it is actively being shown that there is a cooldown, so you can't be spamming items all the time, which is quite good. Moving on, we have a cancel button not appearing bug. So what happened was, if you are in a queue, cancel button will come up and you're stuck in a queue forever, and the only thing you could do was quit the game by force close. Now they fixed this, the cancel button does come up. The problem is it doesn't work. So yeah, there's that. Next we have Bell Teleport not moving properly, but as you can see on the screen right here, yeah, still have a problem. I mean, at least the cooldown goes away quickly enough, but it still is not working the best. Next one we have is actually our prisoner. So if you want to hook a survivor as they're going out from portal, they become invincible. And according to patch note, they fixed it, but they actually haven't. Survivor still remains invincible when you get hooked at 99%. And even if they heal and whatnot, it doesn't make a difference because they still remain invincible. So yeah, that's to be fixed, but we'll see about that. This is just a quick part about the new perk. So what new perk does is called, what the new perk is called Never Give Up. And basically when you're holding a sword, it allows you to move faster while holding sword. And I'm actually using adrenaline on top of that. So adrenaline gives you a movement speed increase, but both combined, as you can see, it doesn't really do much. So yeah, nothing to think about. And they have fixed a stuttering bug. So when you're doing a skill checks, or when you're doing rituals, praying or things like that, when you move you use the stutter, but they got rid of that, so you can run as soon as you want. Oh, now this is the major changes. So the swamp map has had a few balance changes. Swamp map was a very survivor side map along with the hospital, but that's bad as a hospital, but it has too many obstacles, too many doors. And they have fixed that in a way, so, but they got rid of some doors and holes altogether. They moved a drop down position as well on some of them, and the pot positions, so they're not chainable, they're not as abusable or loopable as you might say. Yeah, these are good decent changes that has happened to the game itself. As you can see on the screen right now, one of this hole here was yeah, this used to be a door, and it was something that NIM players could do nothing about if it was done right. They changed it by getting rid of the door altogether. I think they can just do with getting rid of all the doors altogether, but hey ho, that would be too powerful, I guess. And some of the, a lot of them has been removed altogether, so it's actually a lot more playable. And you can see here drop down has moved closer to the stairs, so it's not a free escape anymore. This is the best part, the shack part. The pole has moved closer to where the corner of the building is, which means it's easier for Spectre to get Bloodlust and Chase. It's not as hard, it wasn't as loopable as before. So that's another decent change as well. But it's not all Spectre sided. Some of the noob traps like a Swamp Water underneath have changed. You can move in the Swamp Water a bit faster than before while you're running, so it's actually be able to catch up with the Spectres hiding here and things like that. And it looks like they got rid of some of the water part only, and they actually managed to connect some of the buildings together under the swamp. So that is overall a good quality of life change on the swamp side. And of course, last but not the least, we have the new map, Hospital Side B. And this one is a 3-floor map. So with the first floor where Spectres spawn, and the second floor and third floor is where the survivors spawn. Now this map is I'm not going to be able to do a video for this map. It is way too complicated for me right now. I do not have enough time to do a video on this map, and hopefully somebody will release the map. But yeah, how it works is you got 2 elevators, and elevators have 6-minute cooldown on them, so you can't actually chain them or anything like that. They're not powerful. 6-minute cooldown means you can barely use it 3 times in the entire gameplay. So there is that part. There are a few drop downs, but nothing that drops down from 3rd floor to the 1st floor. It's only from 3rd to 2nd and 2nd to 1st. So nothing that gains a lot of distance either. The vents in this map are designed in such a way that you can gain stamina, but you're not really going to gain a lot of distance from it either. There are tons of lockers, but there are very few doors or anything that you can really use. First floor is barren. There's nothing on the first floor. So yeah, you have to rely on everything being on the 2nd floor and the 3rd floor. Map itself is actually not that small, but it's not massive. 3rd floor is the biggest part of the map, I believe it is. And it's got a lot more places that you can use. But this map is all about maximizing your distance to the Spectre and using all the lockers you have in the map to chain them and doing the rituals as soon as you can. It's very similar to Graveyard, just that there are more lockers and the doors and the holes, but it's not broken in any way whatsoever. So it is, I think this is one of the better maps, to be fair, in my point of view right now. But you shall see as the game goes on. But yeah, I have high hopes for this map. Oh, one more thing, I've almost forgot about this part. So at the end game, now you have a result screen, so match result screen that shows you when the ritual is being completed, how many people were killed and how many people survived. This is really good because it actually shows you how you did the match and where you could possibly improve on. So there is that part, and of course this will be really great for something like a tournament as well. Right, that's it from me, and I will see you guys on my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.